Johnny Varro, Bucky, Margaret Gillum, no, they're young people. I'd consider them young. I don't see that. There's no way. I can't believe their age. Doesn't make sense to me.
Part of the 50th jazz party here in Odessa, we wanted to establish a scholarship, and so we decided that we would name the very first Jazz Scholarship Award that we're going to give out after Bucky Pizzarelli, and so this year marks the first annual Bucky Pizzarelli Scholarship.
Man here behind me is Bucky Pizzarelli, one of the few seven-string guitar players in the world. He's one of the best around. Bucky Pizzarelli.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bucky Pizzarelli, tune written by the great Django Reinhardt, tune called Nuage.
The first year I remember being scared to death. I mean, I felt like, wow, I was in way over my head. Roughly, it was about 1985 maybe, or 84 or something like that. Well, it was through Jack Lesberg, because he was a musical director then, and I knew him from playing at Condon's in New York. In fact, I don't know if the first year, if I was here as a sub, like a last-minute sub for Billy Butterfield, but I know he was supposed to be here and he got sick. He got as far as the airport in Dallas, and then, you know, just changing planes, I think he had a heart attack or something. So, and back then it was a much larger party. It was a week long, and there were very few of like the generation that's here now, but it was always more of the guys who'd been there from the beginning, Milt Hinton and Ralph Sutton and all these Flip Phillips. Bucky is probably about the last holdout from the original guys. Fortunately he's still going strong. But Bucky, for me to come in after I'd only been playing the horn like 5 years or less again, and to be playing with Bucky, who was Mr. Experience, I mean, it was great looking back. It was and I'm so thankful that I got to play with a lot of those guys when they were still around. It was an invaluable experience, and I must say that almost all of them, 99.9% were really nice and supportive, and I really appreciate it. And I was, now it seems kind of absurd to me because these things are so laid back and relaxed, that I was really that intimidated. But, that's just the way it was.
Now, Bucky's another one. I've known him for years, and he's like family, and John Pizzarelli and I trade Bucky stories because Bucky's, again, like the father that I didn't ask for. So Bucky, first of all, he's the world's worst backseat driver. I've driven here. I'll rent a car. I'll take him. Last year we went to a barbecue place. Now, he has absolutely no idea where he's going. So he's sitting in the car next to me, and I'll be driving, and I'll say, I got to get in the right lane here. And then Bucky says, yeah, you got to get in the right lane. Then I turn my right turn signal on. You got to make a right here. Yeah, just keep going down this road. And it's like that the whole time. So he's the world's worst backseat driver. Then this year, I asked him if he wanted to go to the barbecue place, and he said, yeah, I'm the one that discovered that last year. That's all right. Okay, Bucky, you can have that one. I haven't gotten to do that this year because we didn't have any sets together, but I have a history of mocking him on the bandstand over and over. We did a concert in New York where they honored Bucky on his 80th birthday. And I came on stage, and there's Bucky sitting right behind me. And I came on stage, and I took out a piece of paper, and I said, Bucky Pizzarelli was one of the all-time great guitarists. He was a good father. He was, as if he was dead. And then I turned around and I said, wait a minute, is that Bucky? Why are we doing this, But he loves that. So, and in fact, if I don't say anything to him on the bandstand, he starts nudging me. He'll say, tell him how old I am. Because I always make old age jokes about him. I tell people that his social security number is 1. For his first birthday, he received the gift of fire. All of those. And then people in the audience, they go, how can you make fun of that guy? He likes it. He really does. He likes the attention. And Bucky, actually, this is interesting. He loves to hang out with people. He really does love the attention. He'll come to a weekend like this, and he'll sit in the lobby, with his suit and tie, just waiting for people to come up and talk to him. He just loves that. He doesn't travel with books, with nothing. He wants to talk to people. He'll travel on a plane with nothing but his guitar. But he told me once, he said he likes to people watch, he likes to talk to people, and that's what he does.
So what was it like to come here in 1968?
It was fabulous. I was doing a lot of studio work in New York City, and I was up there and that, same 3 chords, and the music was rotten. But we were recording at least 3 sessions a day. Lawson was on staff at NBC, and I was too, as well. And he said, hey, you want to go to Odessa, Texas? and it's strange. I said yes right away, because my father was here in 1916 as a cowboy. He hitchhiked from Patterson, New Jersey to Odessa, Texas to be a cowboy, because that's what he saw in the movies. came down there and we met Doc Fulcher. And this is about 40, almost a little over 40 years. I haven't come down there religiously. Yeah, but in those days we had Joe Venuti, Red Norville, a whole bunch of guys. It was great fun with those guys. I mean, it's like going to college.
So I always ask this question because he's one of my favorites. I always ask about Bud Freeman. I know you did a.
Bud was here as well, and I was fortunate. I did an album with him for Bob Thiel.
So tell me about Doc Fulcher.
Doc Fulcher was a great guy. I mean, he started out by going to the original jazz party, which was in Denver, in Aspen and Vail. Dick Gibson ran it. And then he took all these businessmen from this area there to Denver. Then they said, why do we have to go to Denver? We'll do it here. So that's what they did. They had the same musicians, and sure was a great time. I mean, it was one big party, and the Inn of the Golden West in Odessa. And they had a pool, and we all lived around the pool, the whole group of musicians. So all the doors were open, and you never know who was going to be in your room when you walked in or out.